How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Dawnbreaker podcast, episode 24. I am your host, Snoop603. And joining me, as usual, is our typical hosts. We have Epona. Say hello, Amazonian. We have Scanner Barkley.
Fuck off.
I had it muted.
And we have the European invasion yet again. We have Crafty Cockney and Phil, 25, joining us this week yet again. I don't know if Crafty's hammered this time or not. I know he started drinking. I think we're all drinking, except for Scanner and Jess. Jess did.
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad tonight.
I don't drink. Alcohol is for losers.
I'm drinking, but I'm not as bad as I was last time. So I might actually be able to
Bad?
talk to you.
What? What are
And
you
read the
talking
chat.
about?
I couldn't even read the chat last time.
So we have a special guest with us tonight. Phil's newest born son.
Yeah.
So he's doing his midnight feeding here. So if you got a problem with that, you can fuck
He's
off.
breastfeeding, so we're just censoring that.
He's just saying. He's just decided he wants to cry as we started, which is fantastic.
We'll make it
The
work.
child is just as happy to be in Phil's company as I am.
Just heard Sean talking.
Yeah.
Cut me deep, Phil. You cut me real deep. Why don't you go back to Australia, you fuck?
For fuck's sake.
Funniest thing is he cut you real deep and he still didn't get flesh.
Oh.
Yeah, that bone is miles off.
Right off the bat, we're into the fat jokes. Alright, so before we get started, usual announcements. First off, I actually want to bring up the community nights. I forgot to get on the ball for that last week. I promise, when this is all said and done tonight, get on the forums. We're going to plan something, hopefully for this weekend, if that works for people. We'll do it either probably Friday night. Saturday nights don't really work for me anymore, as it is the summer. I go fishing Sunday mornings, and I am up at the ass crack of dawn. Actually, I'm already out at the lake fishing by the ass crack of dawn. So, but we'll plan something for this weekend. We've got a lot of options. The Dawnbreaker Game forums themselves, I've noticed that they've been kind of lacking in discussions. Guys, they're there. You can talk about anything. The beauty of our forums that I believe to be better than anybody else's forums is that you can discuss anything. There's a really good group of people there that are willing to have good, in-depth discussions with you, and it's free of bullshit and hate. Like, yeah, you can still go in there and have fun, and I'm sure there's all sorts of pun trains that can be had, but it's also the opportunity to have really good, in-depth discussions about anything at all, period. Not even just gaming. You can take it beyond that, because we have a general forum and stuff. Talk about what you want. It's there to be used. Do it, please.
I just want to point out that we take any and all suggestions very seriously. So I just want to say, 0 Hour have added a fart channel for you in TeamSpeak because it was requested. Go ahead and fart away in your.
We are here for the community. I, on the other hand, like to fart in the busiest of rooms. So if I'm in the TeamSpeak and I see there's like 10 people on channel, I'm gonna hop in there and put my butt right up against this snowball and let her rip. Everybody's gonna hear it. I want you all to enjoy it with me.
That's kind of my style too.
Oh yeah. And last but not least, Dawnbreaker Patreon. For those that don't know about it, well, you should know about it. We don't need the Patreon per se to get the website to keep it going. We do need a minimum amount to keep it going as fast as it is. But it helps pay for other things like forums and the TeamSpeak we own now. Thank you again to Darren PixelRep. I believe he was the one that made that happen for us.
I got impatient, and so he installed it for us. But I got the license for it.
You traded sexual favors for a free TeamSpeak. Okay, so as long as it's understood. Thank you very much.
But not with Darren. With some anonymous person on the internet. Let's get that straight.
That doesn't make any sense then. No.
I just want to point out that I don't associate my lady parts with Irishmen. It's just British men.
You don't associate your lady parts with anybody ever.
I
no,
do.
2D.
There's nothing you can say.
The chosen. There are a chosen few.
So, for those, if you guys can support the Patreon, we'd greatly appreciate it. It is super helpful because it keeps the community going. We have game servers. We've got, well, like I said, the TeamSpeak, but then we're going to be able to do other things too in the future. With the more money, the more expansive we can get with the website, and that is always a good thing. So if you could, please check it out. If you can pledge any sort of money to it, I mean, even $1 a month makes a difference, guys. And for those that are pledging and continue to pledge, thank you very, very much. I believe there may even be a
Danger
T-shirt.
Cow.
for some people.
Yeah, I tweeted him today. I don't think he got back to me yet, but 4 months at 25 and above, you get a free T-shirt. Crafty got his shirt. He tweeted it
I
out.
did get my shirt.
It was sexy. You saw some action there.
Nice. Okay, so
I
on
enjoyed
to the
it.
podcast itself. We have a bunch of leftover topics, and we have one new topic for this week. I didn't really make a big push for new topics specifically for tonight because we have a lot of good stuff left over from previous podcasts that we never got around to. So without further ado, we're going to jump into it. We have the first leftover topic was from Ren Panda. This one's actually pretty interesting. He says, do you think petitions directed at developers or publishers work? It can be anything from please bring Game XY to the Super Master Extreme Destroyer Home System 3000 to your game sucks, please fix. Sort of a recent topic since in the last few weeks, a lot of petitions for COD remakes have been created. The gist of that is, do you think petitions directed at developers or publishers work? I can think of one specific example where yes, they do, and it was The Division. There was an announcement that The Division was not coming to PC, and a petition was made, and a metric fuck ton of people signed up, and Ubisoft heard, and they said, okay, clearly there is a
Audience.
consumer base, thank you, audience out there that wants to see this game specifically built for PC and have their own iteration of it. And they're doing it. They're not porting it. They're building its own like an own standalone version for the PC, so we can. That's what they say. That we'll be able to play it and realize it to its full potential on the PC. So I can think of that's the only example I know of, though. I don't know, Scanner. You were the almighty gamer, knowing of all things, so you probably have better.
Petitions work when done in a very specific way, in that they're organized and spearheaded, and they don't like eat each other. It's like somebody was saying about the whole COD petitions. Like, how many petitions are there for like remasters of different CODs? So you've got 12 guys signing 18 different petitions, and nobody fucking cares. And even if one of them is successful, it will be successful at the expense of all the other petitions, because they're only going to do one if they do one. No petition will ever be successful where, like, you're not going to change anybody's mind. Like, no dev is going to come out and go, we're not going to do this because it's not fiscally viable. Like, a petition isn't going to change something's fiscal viability. It might just, like, you might get lucky and you have a petition that's telling somebody what they want to hear at the perfect time that they want to hear it. And then it looks like it helped or it did something.
Yeah.
But not to sink the hope ship that everybody has that, like, oh, we can change everything via the power of the internet. You can change fuck all. And the reason the one to Ubisoft work to get thingy moving. What's that game I don't care about anymore? The Division. To get that onto PC, it was always going to happen. Like, at some point, it was always going to happen, because we've seen a mass trend over the last 2 years of games underachieving on console, and then ports happening, and then they come out on PC, because nobody believes the whole everybody on PC pirates games thing anymore, because Grand Theft Auto sells 1 million copies in a day. Fuck you.
To be honest, I feel like it's a little naive to think that the petition actually changed Ubisoft's mind about that, because wasn't it their idea in the first place? Didn't they say if this many people do sign it, then we'll do it?
Yeah.
I just remember rolling my eyes so hard that I almost had an aneurysm when they released that.
It's nothing more than free PR at that point, because
Basically, they
everybody's
just want to
doing
spread the word.
articles and retweets and, guys, sign this petition. The Division's going to be not like the other Ubisoft games, and it's going to be good this time. Okay,
Yeah, I think
mate.
it was marketing. Absolutely, it was. I think they almost. It was like they tried to do guerrilla marketing by getting the community to advertise it for them by having this big petition, but it's. I don't know. They just come across as Ubisoft really, and selfish, and not really thinking about the community and all the rest of it. Baby's woken up again.
But to a percentage of people, Ubisoft look like gods. It's like, we wanted this, and Ubisoft did it for us. They're our friends. Yeah. Let's buy the season pass now.
Dude, I pre-ordered
You got a
my
pretty
season
short
pass a
fucking
year ago.
memory, ain't you?
I actually
Everybody
have
does.
pre-ordered season pass for The Witcher 3.
That's because it's The Witcher.
Did you
Because-
really?
Yeah, because CD Projekt Red and one of my friends, like, a year ago, gifted me The Witcher 3, and I was like, man, I want to support my bros, CD Projekt Red, and so I got it.
What was... I'm not not questioning your decision to do it. I'm just curious as to what were the incentives of pre-ordering The Witcher 3? Because I know every game... And I know it's per region / per stores. Different stores have different pre-order bonuses, but what was the incentive for the one that you got?
I honestly, I don't really remember because I wasn't the one who bought it, but I saw there was a lot of, like, you know, cool bonus stuff like soundtracks or graphics or, you know, that stuff.
Depending on the quality of-
not like in-game content.
Right. Bonus soundtracks actually sound pretty good, but, you know, all things depending. You know, something like... And I know I haven't played the game. I watched a lot of gameplay on it. And I appreciate the soundtrack for Red Dead Redemption. So, like, that would be a pretty fucking cool game to have bonus tracks on, because the music on that was amazing.
It's a good game.
It
I
was.
never played it.
I never finished it. 'cause
I know,
was sad.
Phil, you and me, man.
It's good.
We don't play
I can't
games.
wait
We
till
just talk
some-
about them.
I can't wait till some clever man or woman mods it for GTA 5.
You know, I
can,
almost have enough money to buy GTA 5. I'm going to hop on the hype train with everybody.
For what it's worth, I've got it and don't like it.
I'm just going to point out, by the time you buy GTA 5 is shit, dead, old garbage, and The Witcher 3 is out now, scrub.
Probably.
That's
It
just
was
that's,
old when it came
that's
out.
the cycle.
Dude, it's like kind of funny, but it's sad at the same time. The way I can get like into gaming, like by the time my money lines up and then get into something, like my life right now with gaming is an exact like mirror, or sorry, it is exactly the same as how it was for me in middle school with music. Everyone's like, "Oh my fucking god, this new album came out and it's great." You know, as great as a 12-year-old can say about, you know, some new album that came out. I'm like, fuck yeah, and my parents have a lot of money, so I'm like, okay, wait a couple weeks and I'll get it. I'm like, guys, I got it. I'm like, dude, like 10 more albums came out since then. Why haven't you got all these 10? I'm like, just fucking, I'm trying to keep up,
It's like
guys.
when you
Just
go and get your new iPhone.
You probably spend
3 have come out.
$175 to go fishing.
No, dude, see, that's the thing. Like, the only thing that fishing costs me is one lump investment at the beginning of the year for, like, mostly it's for fishing line. I replace the fishing line in all my reels every single season, at the beginning of the season, and then that will last me the whole year. So, like, it's like $200 right up front, and then after that, it's just gas money. So, to go fishing, it only costs me an extra, like, $30.
Yeah, I
On
said
average, an extra-
175. It's $30 for gas and then 145 in fucking sandwiches to get you through the day.
Fuck you. The, fishing is good for me because I do not eat when I go fishing. I shit you not. I don't eat anything, and the big problem is I don't drink anything either. So
You fucking
I always
eat.
come home really dehydrated.
I can see him now sat at the side of the river or lake somewhere like fucking Schmiegel chewing away on raw fish.
That's nasty.
Just eating them raw.
There's a man sitting in a pool full of water, catching food, going home saying, I'm really hungry and I'm really thirsty.
I've got the hunter-gathering bit down. Now what do I do, dog?
What have you been doing?
I
How do I
can't
light a
fucking
fire?
fire?
All this fish. I'm starving. I had a drink for hours.
I can't wait till I start losing like.
rubbing sticks together. Any look with the fire, son? Not yet, Daddy.
It's okay. I had some lint in my pocket, and that kind of got me through half hour, you know.
Oh my god. I can't wait to start losing significant amount of weight because apparently the little weight I've lost still has no effect. You know, it doesn't even matter. I could be fucking like I'm 6'2". I could probably weigh down 110 pounds. You guys would still make fat jokes, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter what
He's
you
so
do.
bad when he
You're always
jumps
gonna
in
be
the
fat
air,
skinny.
he gets stuck.
All right, fuck y'all. We're going to the next topic.
If you ever lose enough
Is that
weight, you're
something-
just going to be the skinny man who escaped from Fat Man Snoop.
You'll just be a fat man wannabe.
I got out, guys.
Somebody
I got
with
out.
fat in spirit.
Motherfucker didn't even chew. He just swallowed me.
You just be the slim DLC.
Welcome to Snoop is Fat podcast, episode 50, where we continue to make fun of Snoop for being fat nonstop, 24/7.
Even though he's like 4 stone now.
The thing
right.
is, if I ever do get to go to PAX, I was gonna wear like a "I'm with Fatty" T-shirt or something and stand beside you. But
You can stand beside Jess still.
in America,
You could.
just
Just make sure it points down.
Yeah, point it right at her ass. Oh!
Keep that
Sorry,
baby
I
under
didn't insult her.
control.
Oh, what did you do?
Alright, next one. This one's from Ren Panda again. What is your stance on in-game violence? Do you see it as necessary, as in it adds something to the game that can't be added otherwise? And I'm not talking about killing people, otherwise I know you would be playing Battlefield and the like, in general here. More about the violent ways of doing it. Think like Mortal Kombat. Or not even killing them, but just torturing, like GTA 5 story mission with waterboarding, electric shocks, pulling out teeth and beating them up, etc.
Spoiler.
Who do we got? Who had the green text? Was that Crafty?
That was me.
I think
Alright,
it was Phil.
go for it.
Okay, so this was this was from Mortal Kombat.
Multitask.
So the original Mortal Kombat, when it first came out on the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive at the time, which whatever the Mega Drive was, Sega Mega Drive was in America, Sega Genesis I think. Sega had the blood, and Nintendo refused to allow it to go into the game. So instead they had sweat. It was so when you punched the opposition, sweat came off, and it looked nasty. It didn't look like sweat. It looked grim. But it sold horrendously well.
That's not what
was
you
my
wrote
point.
here, though.
It's not what I wrote, is it? No. My son is in my lap. I'm not say what it said. Yeah, so it sold massively well. Major violence, I don't think makes that much of a big deal. It's column inches. It's controversy. The latest Mortal Kombat X, just come out, and there was a load of stuff about the fatalities and the brutality moves and stuff. And it's quite old school. It's quite passé. You don't really need it in beat 'em up games anymore. But the mechanics of the game still sell it. Those are just added extras that make people talk about it, I think. It's the same with Grand Theft Auto. People buy it for the storylines, not the brutal ways to kill prostitutes and what have you.
I think I Eat Rocks actually posted an awesome article on Dawnbreaker about how he was a huge fan of the Mortal Kombat series, but the fact that he was now a father of young children kind of like jolted him into reality.
Is he really?
What?
I didn't realize he was that much older. For some reason, I had the impression that I Eat Rocks was like 25. I think everybody I talked to on Twitter is like 25.
children, mate.
Well, I know this is true,
That's true.
but
Yeah,
I'm
I think
only
he said
22.
I think he said he had
They
a
lied to you,
3-year-old.
Sean. You're allowed to have sex before you're 30.
What?
At least everybody else is, mate.
They lied to you, dude. Those boys down at fishing camp.
can we go back to calling me fat instead?
Measuring
better.
your rods. Playing with your tackle.
Why am I
Sorry,
here?
Jess. I
Why,
apologize
Why
for
do I
derailing
agree
you.
to be on here?
I don't know.
Rox
I
is
host
28.
it.
We're the same.
28. Oh, okay.
But yeah, he was saying how he loves the series and he loves playing it, but he was playing it in his like game room, and his little 3-year-old wandered in right when there was this nasty fatality going on, and he was like mortified and kind of had to rethink what it was, and
What did
decided
my
not to
child
buy
see?
a new one. Yeah. Well, what have I done to my child? I mean, Phil's not even gonna say it looks like dirty ejaculate in front of his newborn child. So. Oh God!
Kick your spine.
See, I
out
don't
your-
mind this because like he just had the kid a week ago, and I want to point this out for people that are watching. Like, I don't want anyone to think like, oh my fucking god, they got babies on this podcast. It's pandemonium.
Yes, it's
We had these guests lined
days
up. They're
old
friends of ours.
child.
It is a less than a week old newborn baby. So I really hope people listening right now that don't know this. Phil is his second child, just born.
Congrats
Please.
to Phil.
Congrats and not anger.
We're
Yeah, the
airing
I don't
his
think there is any
personal
anger. I
side.
just
He
want to head
still
this
showed
off.
up.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
podcast.
demon inside me is angry. Actually, it's kind of.
It's also
starting
important
curl
to
my
point
blood.
out that Phil is the EA of dads. No delay to work out the bugs. Let's just have the kid.
He doesn't mute the mic either. Apparently, he just walks away.
I can't get it lined up.
The worst thing is, I've just been playing bits of Bloodborne where I hear babies crying and stuff, so it's really starting to fucking freak me out.
You know what is? When did you get that?
Oh, that the EA pen? My
No,
EA
no, no.
pen flashlight?
Scan when it's
No one cares about your EA pen.
That's old news, man. I mean, when did Scanner get Bloodborne and start playing it? When did you start playing it? How many days?
I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday of last week.
I'm shamed. Do you?
It's so good.
I can't even. All right.
I'm going to talk about it a lot as I give my answer on violence.
That's fine.
Well, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. Because you're probably farther than I am, and that makes me
Roll right into it, sir.
Okay, so for people who read Dawnbreaker, name drop, I did an article a while ago talking about whether violent games can use violent systems to critique violence in media. And I decided, yes, you can. Don't be a twat about it. Long story short. What some games manage to do is look at violent situations very, very well. Case in point being Spec Ops The Line, which made a war in a game a far more harrowing experience than the majority of Rambo-esque first-person bullet spongers, where you just run around exploding everything and nobody really cares.
I love that game. That was such a good game.
In a game like Bloodborne or the Soul series or anything done or touched by the graceful hands of Father Miyazaki, violence effectively becomes a dialogue in the game. You can kill your opposition, they can kill you quite easily as well, and the actual act of violence between the two is more like a debate as they're trying to enforce their worldview on each other, which is that you should be dead, no, you should be dead. And that sounds pretentious and wanky and all that kind of stuff, and it would be if applied to any other game. But the Soul series are as close as gaming gets to high art. So it depends massively on the game, the context of the violence within the game, etc. Like GTA 5, I'm really enjoying that game, a huge amount of time for it. It's a little more grown up and developed than previous GTA games. But for me, the actual torture scene where you're Trevor was unnecessary. They didn't need it, like it didn't have to be in there. You know Trevor is an arsehole. You're not learning anything from this scene. It's not even setting up Trevor's like dual nature either, because when he then like saves the guy that he's torturing, nobody goes, oh, that's amazing, Trevor saved him. You just go, well, of course Trevor saved him because somebody else told him to kill him. Trevor was never going to do it. It's not a big moment. It's not advanced writing thematically or to develop a character. It's just lazy saving of a lazy scene.
Spoiler. I haven't got to that bit yet.
Sucks to be you.
I've
had to go like 6
console,
months. I'm
which
never
is
going to
your
get to
domain
that.
for fucking 2 years, pal. 2 years. 2. So yeah, it depends massively on the game. Some games I'll defend whatever violence is in there if I can see the context that explains it away. Some games are just garbage. It's just violence for violence sake, which I personally don't mind. Like, violence is awesome. Kicking somebody's head off in a fighting game? Fuck yeah. That's just cool. But I'm not going to seek to give it any higher meaning than the fact that kicking somebody's head off is cool.
What was that one that was recent? Is it Hatred or something?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
just looks like pointless wank.
Yeah, it was just stupid. That was just for the sake of it. But that just looked like a bad game. Look, as soon as I speak, he wakes up. Hang on.
Hatred just looks like a twin-stick shooter where nobody shoots back, so I don't understand what the challenge is. It's little more than the result of the last year of gaming, where all of a sudden there's a percentage of gamers who will buy your game for no other reason than you appear to be bucking against PC social justice trends. And they'll be like, oh, I love these guys, I'll give them money, forgetting that they're actually just buying a lump of shit game. That's about it.
I don't have anything to add about this because I don't even think about violence in video games. And I know, Snoof, you don't really play violent video games because all you play is first-person shooters and the occasional racing game and sports games. But, you know, point still stands. There are some games. I mean, I played the Batman games. I did start Shadow of Mordor. What's some other ones? I don't know, that's another first-person shooter. I was thinking Metro Last Light. Bioshock Infinite. I mean, they've all got different levels of violence, but I agree with you. As long as the context, matches up, then it doesn't bother me. I don't think about it. I just don't give it a second thought. I can't really think of any game that I personally have played where there was just undue violence that really didn't add to the context of the game whatsoever that stood out like, well, what the fuck was the point of that? So, my uncultured gamer self does not have much to add on this topic other than I don't care about it because it doesn't bother me.
Sips drink like a boss.
But that's none of my business.
No pinky either. I'm impressed.
Oh, when in doubt, pinky out.
Fancy a cuppa.
Patrick Star is my hero. Because he reminds me of me. Big, dumb, and fat. Alright, I think we can...
My dank elbow.
I'm kind of glad that the baby is on the stream because it's really good birth control for all of us.
Well, not all of us.
I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely baby, but...
Okay,
nothing
Jess,
like
it's
that
time
is
we had a
coming out of my-
conversation here.
Yeah.
Okay, right? You're a lady.
Yep.
You like other ladies.
Yes.
The risk of pregnancy is minimal. Minimal.
Minimal.
I'm
That's
not
a
going to
good point.
write it off. I'm not going to say you're never going to get pregnant because then she goes out, gets pregnant and fucking sues me.
You know what? Second coming of Jesus. You never know.
It's
True.
Unless she's been with a fella,
Hanging fruit.
and she hasn't really been honest with you.
I've been
and
known
then,
to dabble.
you meet her, you like her, she eats from the bushy plate, and she's got a bit stuck in her tooth. You never know.
Where did this just go?
Spartan made a good point. Jess, you have on your lifestyle is like automatic birth control.
I think that's what
Lifestyle.
Skinner just said.
Lifestyle. Yeah.
And I
Well,
think Spartan maybe was taking a jab about my lack of a sex life, but I'm gonna
Ooh.
let that one go.
How come my camera's all biddly bop on screen? I don't understand.
looks fine.
Well,
I think they're just
upped
talking
your
about the light.
brightness because
Looks like you're sitting in a dark
you
cave.
look like a vampire.
Not a dank cave. Alright, well, you figure that out. I'm going to jump into the next topic. We have one more
Yeah.
from Ren Panda.
I ain't figuring out shit. Doesn't bother me.
I was talking about Jess, whatever. He says, what do you think of games based on movies? And because I can already imagine what your opinion on this will be, whose fault is that? Because often the licenses go to some unknown company that nobody has heard of, and playing the game, one realizes why nobody has ever heard of them.
You mean movies based on games or games based on movies? I can't think of a game based on a movie.
I think he did write that
Are
backwards.
you crazy?
Maybe he didn't.
Game based
Are
on a
you
movie.
crazy?
Maybe I'm
Go ahead,
just
Scanner.
blanking. I am crazy. Jurassic Park?
The game
The
what,
recent
based
Star
on a
Trek
movie?
game, every Jurassic Park game ever, fucking the Avatar game, E.T. the game,
There was an Avatar
fucking...
game?
Yeah, it was
Mordor- You've
garbage.
just been playing Mordor.
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor. The Spider-Man games?
That's...
Spider-Man 2 was the
Yeah, I
fucking
mean, I
shit.
suppose-
Yeah,
you
but those
could say
have
it's based on a
other...
book,
Those have
but
books
it's
and
only-
comics and...
It only came around because of the film.
Comics suck.
I
and
read the
movies for
books
nerds.
25 years ago.
Games
There was,
based on movies are even worse than movies based on games. And movies based on games are pretty bad.
Hey, the Super Mario Brothers movie is...
No.
It's
The
amazing.
Super Mario Brothers movie.
GoldenEye! Wait! Chat is correct. GoldenEye wins.
I had
GoldenEye
No one
is
seen,
gives
the
a
only
shit about
success-
GoldenEye. Everybody talks about GoldenEye like it was amazing. Because
What
it
the
harks
fu-
back to
Okay,
the time in their
Grandpa.
life when they actually had a friend who was willing to sit in a
Okay,
room and play a
Grandpa,
fucking game
maybe
with
you should sit down and let nostalgia childhood over here take over because
GoldenEye was shit.
bring
We're
up
not-
a game that isn't fucking GoldenEye because I knew everyone was going to go GoldenEye is brilliant, and I loved GoldenEye, but I thought Ghostbusters, the recent Ghostbusters game that came out, I thought
don't
that
know
was
about that.
fucking brilliant. I don't know anyone here apart from me played it. Everyone's just kind of like looking really blankly. Anyone in chat played it? I thought the latest Ghostbusters game that came out was fucking awesome. Really, really good. And they had all the voice acting was done by the original cast. It was a fluid game, really good storyline, really good fun. Just like the film was. Just good bloody fun. And everyone wants to be a bloody Ghostbuster. You know you do.
Don't cross the stream, mate.
I wanted to be a Ghostbuster.
I like the reboot. It's all the ladies.
Oh, that's awesome.
All my favorite comic ladies.
The Penguin saying Ghostbusters game is basically the third movie. And you got to play it. You got to play it. That was amazing. Loved it.
Yeah, there's been some good ones. I mean, well, are we talking? Are there anything we're going to exclude? Like, does there have to be a certain matchup between the game based on the movie? Like, I'm thinking like the Batman games. It's Batman. I mean, was it really based on the movies,
comics.
or was it just based on the comic?
I think comics.
Okay.
But they only
Excuse
come
you?
out if films have been out that have been popular and have
Batman
popularised it.
games are stupid.
Excuse you? What?
I'm just fucking with people tonight. I already said GoldenEye was stupid, and people actually believed I thought that, so I thought I'd try it on the
I
Batman
don't know
game.
why I still let you rile me up.
Because it's easy, and you
See,
like it.
I knew you were riling up
It's a
with the Goldeneye
connection,
thing.
it's a bond.
I thought you were being serious about the Batman thing. I was like, there's no fucking way you can seriously tell me that.
But it doesn't matter if the Batman game was based on comic books or the movie. It's because of the movies they're making the Batman games.
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor would never have been made if it wasn't for the films.
This
Even
is
though the
true.
books have been out for fucking decades.
Yeah.
You know, it just, they never would
True
have
story.
been made. And that turned out to be a bloody good game.
I've got a little over an hour into it. I would be playing it more, but the controller that I have for my PC is like a knockoff Xbox controller, and the damn thing just keeps disconnecting every like 5 to 10 minutes. And it'd keep disconnecting in the middle of a fucking fight, and it got really annoying, so I put it down until I could figure out either making it stop doing that or buy like a legit Xbox controller so I can play specific fighting games like that on my PC. But from what I have played, it has lived up to the hype. I'm already drawn in. Like I really, really, really want to get back into it. If I had another controller, I would have already beat the game by now. Yes, Scanner, I would have. I can already see him.
Liar.
Has there actually been any good
Good maze.
movies based on video games?
Double
Tomb
Dragon.
Raider.
And I mean good. We're not taking the piss.
kidding.
Street Fighter.
Double Dragon.
Come on.
Street Fighter was awful. The one with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It wasn't
and
awful.
Kylie fucking Minogue. Who the fuck asked her?
Come on, give me this.
Wait,
Street Fighter was great.
Resident Evil. I think there's more fucking Resident Evil films than there was games now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Fuck.
And it
Yeah,
looks
no.
like garbagey movies.
But the same garbage bitch actress as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, she was good in Fifth Element. Am I thinking the right person? I think I am.
I think that was
Yeah, you are.
her one and only good film. Check on good. I just remember that line.
It's a great flick. No, I you know,
Great
as a
film.
kid, I really enjoyed Street Fighter. It was corny, but it was based on a fighting game. What kind of context do you just have? They basically just took the characters and made a fucking storyline to go with it. And Jean-Claude Van Damme went in there and fucking
The
kicked everybody
storyline
in the
didn't
face.
go with it. Chun-Li was a fucking reporter.
No one cares about the storyline. It was just a shit film.
It was awful. It was bad. Look, the reason fighting games are good is because it's people punching each other in the eye and the heart and the neck and the groin. All these really sore places. So, to make a fighting movie good, this is what you do, right? Has everybody seen The Raid?
Oh yeah.
No,
And the
It's
Raid
got
2.
the slimmest pretense of a story. The slimmest. It's like, I'm a cop, building full of bad guys. I'm going to punch them in the eyes and the neck and the groin and all these other cool places. And then it's an hour and a half of a guy just fucking going Tasmanian devil on some other fuckers.
I always
That's
felt
awesome.
fucking exhausted at the end of that film.
That's
You're
all
kind
you
of
need.
like breathing with him, aren't you? At the
And
end
then-
of that, I'm fucking done. I'm
And it was
exhausted.
great. Because at the end of the movie, they have to like 2v1 the bad guy and they barely fucking beat him. It's amazing.
He kicks their ass. Yeah, that's
That
amazing.
guy was a fucking hard ass.
And he's in
But
the
it's
Raid
great.
2 as well, that guy.
Or something like The Protector starring Tony Jaa, which is a movie, I shit you not, about a man in search of his elephant. And he runs around and he screams, "Where's my elephant?" And he punches about 40 people in the fucking dick. Change scene, "Where's my elephant?" Punch to head. And that's it for like a good hour and a half. That's it. Where's my elephant? You don't know where my elephant is? Okay, fine. Bruce Lee the shit out of your face. On to the
Then
next
let's
one.
just say, you know, they've got brilliant memories. He'll find his way home.
It'll be alright. Don't worry about it.
It'll be alright.
But like that makes you don't need like basically what I'm trying to say is even the reason as to why somebody's fighting in a computer game is often corny and garbage and just doesn't work. In a movie where corny garbage fights work all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat, terrible fucking movie. Street Fighter, Terrible fucking movie.
Come on, now you're gonna shit on Mortal Kombat? Why you gotta do this to my childhood, man? I
Because
love
these
the
movies
first
are
Mortal
bad, and you
Kombat.
should feel bad for ever having liked them.
You'd never go
I
and
should
watch
feel
it now,
bad as a
Sean.
12-year-old
Say it was
kid
a
with
good
no
film.
standards enjoying those movies. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
You should feel
No.
terrible.
No.
You're 12 years old, you're not reading fucking Crime and Punishment and shit by the time you're 12. Get out of here. But no, they're just bad movies. For some reason, Double Dragon is a bad
Double
movie,
Dragon.
but I really like it because they've got like the most ridiculous looking rubber suited bad guy ever in a movie, and it's just amazing. But yeah, lots of
I
bad...
enjoyed Doom for what it was.
The one with The Rock?
The movie, yeah.
Do you know why you enjoyed it?
Why is that? Because it was stupid and corny and it works for movies?
No, because it's the fucking Rock. It's
Oh.
almost impossible to dislike a movie he's in.
True.
I
Dwayne.
hate Michael Bay. I hate Michael Bay. I hate Michael Bay. And yet I still really enjoyed Pain and Gain because the fucking Rock is in it.
And Marky Mark, give some. I haven't even seen the movie yet, but come on, it's Mark Wahlberg. He's kind of a douche, but it's still Marky Mark.
You're
That's
kind
the
of a
reason I
douchebag.
like Four Brothers. That's a good one. It's nothing to do with games, but
Yeah, it's a pretty good film actually.
It is a good film. But the Rock is awesome.
What game would you really want to be made into a movie then?
Red Dead Redemption.
if they did it well, or if it was the
well,
average.
no,
No, but
if
no,
they did
no,
it
I'm
well,
not
that
saying
should go
if-
without saying.
It's obviously it's got to be made well. So that takes any kind of like doubt out of your mind.
I think
like
it would be a tie.
It's not going to piss on your dreams or anything, you know.
Between
What
these
game?
One of them is going to be Mass Effect. Yeah.
One's going to be Deus Ex. Yeah, I'll pick them both.
You like
Lots
this
of
limited
them.
edition though with FemShep.
Lots of them would make really good movies. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed games, but the potential for a good Assassin's Creed movie is actually quite high.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely, and it would work. A lot of games that come out, like something like Remember Me wasn't a particularly great game, but it had an interesting concept and a very interesting setting, and visually it was dank as fuck. So that could be a potentially a good movie. But I would love to see like Red Dead Redemption be a movie.
Yeah.
Like Tommy Lee Jones or somebody playing John Marsden. I know he's a little older, but like who else are you gonna get to voice the despair and hope combined that was the American frontier? Come on.
Pasquale.
I honestly can see Josh Brolin doing it because I liked him in No Country for Old Men.
I hated that film.
Really?
I forget he exists
I hated
sometimes
it.
and I don't know why.
I thought it was the most overhyped piece of Oscar shit.
See, I heard nothing about it until it came out like on DVD, and I was like, and I heard the only thing I heard was, "Hey, it's pretty good." So, not having the hype train built up before it, I enjoyed it. It's not like the greatest thing ever, but it's an
not.
enjoyable movie.
It's
if I'm-
watchable, but it's nothing amazing.
No.
And the hype that got was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then
I
you get
tell
a
you
film
this right
that wins
now,
the
I
Oscar.
would-
Sorry, Scanner, carry on.
I would cut my beautiful head of hair for a part in the Deus Ex movie. I would do it.
Seconded. I would
What
cut
else
my
would make-
beautiful hair.
You know, there's a lot of first-person shooter games that would make good flicks too. I mean, and not even just specifically like multiplayer-oriented ones, just other or even third-person shooters ones. An obvious one would be The Last of Us.
I think there is a
movie
deal to a movie in the works. Yeah,
wouldn't
Really?
surprise me.
they should get Ashley Johnson to be. I guess she's a little old for that. The actress who did
Who would play Joel?
Troy Baker.
Tom Hardy, he can play anyone, mate. I'm Tom
Nah,
Hardy.
Tom Hardy wouldn't have that.
I'm Bane, mate. Aren't I? I'm Bane. It's not that I can't do accents. That's not why they
I
did
feel like
the
I
thing.
need a selective maybe just a frame around Scanner when he's trolling.
Oh
Trolling
shit!
Scanner.
No,
Oh,
in
wait,
all
no, never mind,
seriousness, though, there's a movie out called Locke that Tom Hardy did, which is about an hour and a half of him in a car on his phone. And
In a
it's
Welsh accent.
fucking stunning. It's
Yeah,
actually stunning.
I went to the Electric Cinema to see that, and I left, and it was I almost applauded. I mean, us Brits, we don't applaud. But I almost
movies with one person on the screen shouldn't be interesting. You should get sick of looking at their fucking
for
face.
an hour and a half, 90 minutes, just him sat in a car driving. It was fucking brilliant. If no one's seen it, go and watch it. Lock with an E on the end. Absolutely superb.
I'll have to watch that one. I'm looking at the chat, and Miss Lynn Penguin said Last of Us does have a deal, which is good to hear. Well, potentially good to hear. And then Funky Monkey joined late, but I'm guessing you mentioned J.J. Abrams doing Half-Life movie?
Yeah, that's been rumored for a bit.
Really? Anything with J.J. Abrams attached, I'll watch.
I just hope he has the balls to rewrite Mr. Freeman as a black man so he can be played by Mr. fucking Freeman.
No, but that would be a waste because he never speaks. And he's got that beautiful voice.
Imagine the challenge for Morgan Freeman, who relies so heavily on his voice. His lilting, humanity-filled voice.
I got you now, Lucian. I mean, Scanner.
You can do it.
Alright. I mean, that's what I like about that topic. I mean, we could beat that one to death. There's so many good possibilities. I mean, if you're talking, like, you know, what game would I like to see adapted to a movie, pending it's good. And we're talking, like, not... you know, Oscar-worthy good, but at least B+ good. There's a lot of potential out there, and hopefully, hopefully more and more will become realized by good directors, because that is a market that I think Hollywood should seriously consider looking into
it's like
instead
the
of doing
all these comic books, superhero movies.
It's just this vast, like just vast field of options that they have not really tapped into yet. That would give them a lot of, you know, quote unquote original movies to be pumping out instead of remaking movies they did, you know, I was going to say 40, 50, 60 years ago, but it's more like 5, 10, 15 years ago right now.
Here's the thing though, we're hitting not to segue into movie talk, even though I love movie talk.
I love movie talk.
We're hitting this really interesting point in cinema now where a lot of people up to this point who have been making movies, they grew up influenced by movies.
Yep.
We're seeing now a proliferation of people who grew up influenced by computer games. Yes. But they're directing movies. And it's going to start getting really interesting.
It's completely crossing over now.
If you've ever seen a movie called Chronicle,
I have.
I'll advise you to watch it. It's basically a superhero movie that these dudes made for like $5 million.
I actually really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it's a fantastic take on... It's like a modern... like low budget homage to Akira and lots of like computer game influences. It's very good.
I think we'll start seeing it become more prevalent, but you gotta wait till these people that grew up with it, like you said, Skinner, they're getting into the director's positions, but you need to get them into the producer's positions. You gotta get them in the positions where the shots are really called.
Yeah, you need to get these old arseholes out of their CEO chairs at like fucking Warner Brothers Pictures and DreamWorks and shit. Just shoot them in the parking lot because it's Hollywood. That's how it works. And then you get these young bucks coming in, these guys and gals who grew up playing Super Mario, and you know.
Yeah, well, you make a valid point though. Bring it up, and I'm not going to dive into it, but just thinking out loud, it definitely makes me curious to see what the next 10 years of the film industry is going to shape up to be with that really vastly, mostly untapped market left to be, just waiting to be plucked from. Jesus,
well,
excuse me.
It's a good point that Scanner made that when you brought up Super Mario, because the people who made that film had never played that fucking game.
No,
ever. They didn't even know what it was about.
Dude, they are
Bob Hoskins, an English guy, to play an Italian plumber.
Oh
and
my God.
Let's get
some fucking Guido fuck to play Luigi.
I'm here to fix your
hey,
fucking
how dare you say
taps,
Guido fuck? That's your man fucking Leguizamo.
I know, he's great. Sid the Sloth, man.
He's a boss actor.
He
but he's not fucking Italian.
No. I don't know why I called
It's
him.
like I rang for somebody to fix me fucking plumbing, mate, not mow me lawn. The fuck?
Anyway.
Sorry, Mexican viewers, all one of you.
I see what you did there. Alright, we got another one I want to get. We got 2 more leftover topics, then we got Slats' formed topic for tonight.
We should just talk about movies.
Jesus, I'm dying. Okay.
Can we wrap this up?
Sorry.
I've got places to be, man.
Fucking liar. All right, next one's from Lucas Gaming. Crafty, you got nowhere to be.
It's 2 a.m. I've got places.
You get the next like 4 weeks off from work. Fuck yourself. You're gonna be the last one here. We're leaving, and you're the one shutting the fucking lights off. All right. Lucas Gaming said, modding can produce some of the best content for free, such as DayZ or Steam's own Steam Workshop. Why then do you think that open source / modding is not as prevalent in gaming today? Is it that most games do not lend themselves well to modding, or is it an attempt by developers to protect their IP and bottom line? As user-created content, that could take away from money being earned on official licensed expansions / DLC. I don't even know where
I
I'd
think
want
he
to
answered his own question.
I think he did too.
I think at the end that was the answer.
Yeah, Phil actually puts his one note, the money thing.
Yeah.
Right.
The money thing and the other thing being that modding is actually difficult.
I was going to say not enough people know how to do it and do it well.
Like, it's difficult. There's a knowledge threshold and a skill gap involved in modding. And over the last number of years, there's been like this convergence of creative interests due to the internet. So the one thing that should be helping any specific creative scene grow, be it music, game modding, you know, any form of art, writing, etc., it's also effectively hindering it. As more people are being influenced by more things, they're developing more interests. So a guy who maybe potentially goes into modding actually doesn't. He goes into something else. And yeah, you've got people coming into modding, etc., because of that. But it's an interesting kind of dissolving of creative interests across multiple mediums. It's very much kind of only an issue of the last 10 years, but it'll eventually become part of social study, I imagine. Tangent, sorry.
You're going to have to, and you may have touched upon it and I missed it, so if I did, I apologize. As I'm still really friggin' new to the PC gaming side of things, has it become more difficult to mod games, or to put it another way, in recent, we'll say in the recent 5 to 10 years, have developers started shutting the door more and more on the ability to mod their games than 10 to 20 years ago? Well, 10 to 20 is going a long time, but... Well, that's the only one I really know of. I know Battlefield used to be able to have that option, and then they closed the door on it. Like, has it become more and more developers and publishers are shutting the door on that? Like, or is that just kind of rumors?
Partially, yes. For a lot of people, it is a kind of that skill gap thing that I was talking about. As engines become more and more complicated,
yep,
publishers want to like kind of shut down the modding of them, and they like to think that this engine is way too complicated for modders to be able to do anything with. But modders will show time and time again that no, they're really good at what they do, and they'll put in the time and they'll learn what they need to learn, and they'll make their mods. So like, I've never quite bought into the whole, you know, Frostbite 3 is too difficult for modders to work with. I fucking guarantee you it's not.
It's too difficult for DICE to work with.
How
do we do hit detection?
Truth.
Every time, and he makes his cinema tools.
Yeah.
You know, and he makes far better cinema tools than they make spectator modes. So I think there is a certain element of IP protection is definitely a big one. And I don't know how much of it is considered legitimate by the devs and publishers. Like, I don't know how many of how much of this is actual, like, we can't let anybody play with our IP, versus the simple noughts and crosses that you need in place to do business in the modern day, where you've got like your legal team and you've got your shareholders and everybody's going, this shit better be tied fucking down, and they're like, yeah, we got to do it. This is just modern business. Is kind of copyright protections. Like, everybody shit all over the Candy Crush Saga guys when that was what they said. Banner Saga came out, and Candy Crush Saga guys were like taking a lawsuit against them for use of the word saga, because they had the word saga trademarked in the context of a game name. So they brought a lawsuit against him for, trademark infringement. It
like
wasn't
that Scrolls shit.
Yeah, it wasn't for any particular reason other than having to do it. Because if you don't do it, the next cunt comes along and makes a game that's actually called Candy Rush Saga, and you take them to court, and the judge sits there and goes, well, you didn't give a fuck before, so copyright, fuck you. That's the legal system. You protect everything all the time, or else you give little loopholes for people to take advantage of stuff.
If he's willing to do it sometime, I'd actually like to get in Slats and anyone he would recommend for other modders to have a discussion about it one night.
If you want to have a talk about modding, if you want to know how not to mod and how to suck at it, then yeah, ask Slats.
Listen, I saw that launcher that Squantoon had. It had his fucking name on it. You're telling me he sucks at things?
That wasn't Slats.
Aww.
Did the thing look good? Did it work? Wasn't Slats.
Slats, I'm sorry. I was intending to be nice to you, and I threw you right under the fucking bus. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well done, Slats. He shone a light on you. You better be in TS later so I can make you cry.
I hope he's just sitting there. Fuck that guy. I'll show him. He's right there. He's right.
He's trying to motherfucking tissue out of his
I'm not being a jerk. I'm not being a jerk. Slats has done like some cool shit for us, like camos and fucking, different weapons and things like that. I'm being kind of slightly mean, but also...
But they were bright fucking orange. Every cunt could see us.
I know enough about modding to know how fucking terrifyingly complicated it is when you know as little about modding as I do.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I've got a huge amount of respect for modders, especially the guys who can like do 3D models of stuff. Like that's the shit that blows my fucking mind. Like it's one thing to like find a value and change it. You know what I mean? If I want a free cam in a game and I fuck around long enough, I'll eventually have a free cam in a game. I don't give a fuck what a dev does. I'll make it. But when it comes to like creating an actual item, that shit just blows my fucking mind.
I'm curious. I saw a video the other day on Reddit, and it was titled "This is what GTA 5 was meant for," some shit like that. And it was a fucking monkey. And he's walking around, all of a sudden he pulls out an assault rifle and he starts shooting out cars like at high speed.
And then he flies.
Yeah, he flies.
And the monkey flies and just aims straight down and like explode.
And then
the best thing is, I wonder how many times the guy did that because the monkey landed with his ass on his own face. And I'm like, there's no way that was the first take. It's not possible.
I was like, see, that's my kind of mod. It's so fucking stupid. Looked fun as hell, though. Walking around as a monkey and fucking firing out cars that are traveling at high rates of speed. Yeah, it's my kind of gun.
A lot of that stuff is like finding values. Like that's how the guys do all the free cam stuff. It's finding the values, the right values, and you manipulate the values, and you got your free cam.
Understood.
But what kind of free cam it's going to be, that's a different fucking kettle of fish, because some free cams you'll have like full motion like you would in a game. Some free cams you're going to be moving frame by frame by frame by frame. It's crazy. But like hats off to modders. That's why I got kind of pissed and as thoughtative as I could around the issue of Steam selling mods and shit. Like I was angry at the kind of ham-fisted way they handled that shit because modders put in a lot of time and a lot of work. At least the good ones do. Like, lazy ones are like me. Like we can lazy our way through everything.
Oh yeah.
But the good modders deserve respect for what it is that they do. Not you, Slats.
So that's all right. I'm sure that'll come back up in the next couple weeks, maybe month or two. But that's going to come back in some way, shape, or form. Be curious to see how it re-manifests itself. But we got one more topic before we actually go to the man of the hour, Slats, who we've been talking about recently. I can already hear. Okay, so this is a leftover topic, and I'm going to pose it. Then you can decide after. But
Okay.
This is a topic we've had for. I think this is the third week now, maybe the fourth.
Yeah, probably.
No, third week. No, it's the third week now that we've brought it up, but I don't even know how fucking old it is in relation to that. It's from TestBot. Deus Ex. Where do you think the story is going? What are your dream expectations for the game? Now, the last 2 times I brought this up, Jess and Scanner are like, no, we can't discuss it. So
Because it's so precious.
I have to ask, can we talk about it yet? That's a no. All right.
Okay.
Is this based off the back of that fucking cool-ass trailer?
I believe so. What's holding us back from discussing this?
Game Informer has exclusive stuff that I have not combed through thoroughly enough for my liking to discuss the topic of my favorite game series in existence and probably one of the best games of all time.
Hold on. Okay, listen.
Series.
I bought you a movie. Friend to friend, I bought you a movie because you hadn't seen it. It is a great movie. Like, I don't want to overhype it to you. It just really is a fantastic movie. And I'm positive that... Yes, that one. I'm positive that if you watch it, you're really going to enjoy it. It's a fucking hilarious movie and it's timeless. However, I understand not everyone always has like an hour and a half to devote to something. You're talking about, what, a 3-minute fucking trailer? That you've had 3 weeks to decipher?
No.
We're not talking about a 3-minute fucking trailer, sir.
Okay, this
Throw
is
it
fine.
down, Scanner.
I don't have any context to go off of,
No,
guys.
Game
so
Informer
I'm relying
has-
on your
Deserve
ear.
context.
Game
If you had played fucking Deus Ex like you're
I
supposed
did
to,
play it. I didn't finish it. There's a difference.
you played it for 2.5 hours until you decided, oh my god, I can't just
Too
bullet
hard.
sponge my way through this game.
No, fuck you. Okay, listen. I gave it a shot, and I will. I'm gonna finish
I'm
this
proud
game.
of you.
I got to a point where, yes, I did lose my patience. It was like fucking 2 a.m.,
Understandable.
and I'm like, listen, I'm too tired. I can't get past this point, and I'm mad.
I
So
really
shut
want
it
to
off
watch
before I
you
ruin
play it.
You listen
Like,
to
I would
me,
watch
Gabe.
that.
You
And
don't want to watch it. It's so bad.
I
All
want,
right.
but that's why I want to.
All right. I'll live stream
you know
next
the
time.
way
That's
you know the way I can talk forever about Dark Souls. Like I'd say here right now, I'd do like a 5-hour Dark Souls podcast, no problem.
okay.
I am going to be twice as bad when it comes to us talking about Deus Ex.
Okay. So then I have to pose the question: what do you guys need so we can get to a point where we can discuss this topic?
I mean, maybe we
Just a
block
little
off-
bit more information about the game, so I'm not blowing smoke up my own ass
Yeah.
with my hopes and dreams.
Well, Game Informer has for a month, so I think it might be up soon. Their exclusive month, but they have exclusive interviews and information with the developers, and they talk about the game. I mean, not necessarily revealing specific things about the game, but maybe how they went about doing the artwork or what went into deciding, what direction the character development for Adam was gonna go. Let me get the Game Informer. Here it is.
Is it
Bookmark.
scary? For
Scary.
yeah. I mean, for people like yourself and Scanner, who obviously, I enjoyed the game, but not on the level you guys did. I mean, is it scary to think that, there's a possibility this game is not going to live up to your expectations?
A little bit, but to be honest, it's the same developers, and I was extremely pleased with their last outing. And this time they're actually doing... I believe they're doing the bosses in-house, or they've said that you can completely ghost it instead of having to kill the bosses and ghost everything else. Or, not ghost, I guess that would be a proper term.
Pacifist.
Yeah, pacifist. Everything. And not have to kill the bosses. So, it's
I
all
always
the
find
same
it
people.
worrying though when someone struck gold with a game, which I don't think they knew they were going to struck as much gold as they actually did with Deus Ex. I mean, it was kind of like, it wasn't a massive day one fucking hit, but as time went on, more and more people picked it up, and it has become like a major fan favorite now.
It's
talking about the
partially
most
because
recent one.
one of the strengths of the game, it's not like mechanically everybody fucking adores the games and blah blah blah. It's thematically.
Yeah.
The games are really fantastic. So honestly, the new game could come out and the mechanics would be pretty shit. Like, I will argue that the mechanics of some of the Souls games and some of the parts of the Souls games are actually just wank. But it doesn't detract from what the games are.
Well, some parts of Dark Souls 2 was, mechanically, it was appalling.
Yeah, but thematically, you were getting your fucking brain blown out by what it was that you were actually slowly learning about the world and the characters.
Yeah.
So, that's it for me. Very few games don't fuck me off somehow. So if Deus Ex fucks me off, it's fine. I'll be fucked off. And if it's garbage, then that's fine. It's garbage. Because I've probably, like... I can't put money on... Or I can't put a price on the amount of time I've sat there and just thought about the games. As writing, and as structure, and as theme, and as... you know, character and all the stuff that I love to think about because I'm a fan of, like, you know, literature and movies and games for the same reason. It's the thematics, the characters, and the construction, like, is what appeals to me.
Yeah.
Give me a game with shit mechanics and a great story, I'll show you a good game.
I can't think of another game that I have thought about after the fact and not just thought about, oh yeah, that was fun. I thought about it in terms of actually applying it to real life, like seeing technology being developed or seeing somebody where they developed, he was like he lost his hand or he was born without one, and they had this thing attached to his head, and he had a mechanical hand, and he moved the fingers with his mind just from, you know, firing neurons, whatever the fuck the science was. But, and then I was like, oh shit. And it's something that legitimately, you know, these things in the game, they might actually come up in real life. It's just, you know, it's just a lot of the politics, the themes, like Scanner was saying.
My wife actually works in medical technology conferences, and she was in Frankfurt last week, and there was a company there kind of showcasing to the, like, you know, the bigger pharmaceutical companies and what have you, this piece of tech that they've come out with, and they got her to try it. I mean, she's not a doctor or anything, and it literally was. It's what reminded me of it. Something that they put on her head, and there was one of those those little helicopters, those like drones, and they said, now just think about it taking off, and nothing happened. I went, no, just honestly, just trying to empty your mind of everything and think about this thing taking off. And she said, right in front of me, it took off. Now make it hover, keep it there, and she kept it there. And I said, right, now blank your mind, and it dropped.
Wow.
They're already developing shit like that, and that was in Frankfurt 3 weeks ago. You know, she came home, she was like, it was fucking amazing. And they're developing stuff for, like, blind people, just being able to, that sensory perception technology as well now for blind people. It's just, the stuff that she was telling me, what they're doing nowadays, it's just, it is absolutely mind blowing.
Yeah,
so clever.
Fascinating.
We've gone off on a tangent.
Yeah, sorry.
One of the reasons why I love sci-fi so much, and Deus Ex in particular, is I've always been reasonably convinced that I was born about 200 years too early. Like, I know some dudes, and I'm convinced they were born 500 years too late. To quote Sin City, they should literally be out there swinging an axe into somebody's fucking face. Just winning a war, hand-to-hand, Viking shit. That's them as people. Me, despite looking like a Viking, I long for a world where I can wake up and decide, right, it's time for that robot fucking body. And I go in and I download myself into a fucking robot body, and it's awesome. That's all I want. I just want to be able to plug things into my brain and connect to the internet and all this cool shit from William Gibson novels and stuff. That's why I love Deus Ex so much.
Okay. I brought this up the first time we approached this, we had broached this subject, and I was said, we're not ready to discuss it. Probably next week is too early. Can we try and put it on the docket? Oh, Jesus Christ, Jess is even here.
No docket. Deus Ex will be when it will be.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put a note on the document.
Definitely not next week anyway, because next week's going to be like all kind of, Witcher.
Yeah. Okay. We have the last topic. It's from Slats. Slats mugging. Wait, she brought the doggy back? Yeah, she brought the doggy back.
Doggy.
Oh shit! Phil's here!
2 dogs.
Everything good, dude? Phil, everything good?
Yes, sorry, I had to unmute the microphone. He's fine, yes, the most he's cried in 5 days, so yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no, it's totally fine, man. Understandable. Just
Jess has that effect on
Can I only
babies.
apologise.
Hey, no. They're like, what's
Jess.
the point in living if I'm not going to grow up to be his son?
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Wah! I
Alright,
wish
you
Scanner
guys-
was my dad. Wah!
All right, you're here just in time for the last topic. This is from Slats, so it's a new topic for this week. And actually, Jess, if you could please on the document put a note next to Testbot's thing. I don't even know. Just we're saving that for another time whenever you guys are ready. So I don't know. Put it somewhere where it's not kept getting moved back up into leftover topics. Okay, Slats modding. Do you think sports games such as FIFA or NFL, NHL, etc., are too embedded in the yearly release cycle that was necessary pre the game updates era we're in to update teams, new players, etc., to change to a biannual cycle where they could market more visible improvements? That's pretty much the gist of it. It's actually a lot more in depth than that, but that's pretty much the gist of what he's asking. Who would like to tackle that?
Phil has a lovely paragraph.
Phil does have a lot.
Oh, is he
Phil's
Phil's
son
a
is
lovely
asleep.
He's woken up again.
Don't
He's
worry.
I'm
dude.
sorry, guys.
You
I'm gonna,
heard.
yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna mute the microphone. I guess I'm probably gonna call it a night, but I can. Thank you. Alright.
Good night,
Do
mate.
what you need to, man.
Because I know we sometimes have a young audience, remember kids, you get no refund on your baby DLC.
It's for
Hey.
life.
As much as it pains me to say it, Slats is pretty much spot on in what you said about the games. Like, there's no real need most of the time for him to bring out yearly new titles. There's not enough difference between the games.
You're right.
Most of the difference there is just being marketed and PR'd the hell out of.
Or
Like, all they're
forced
really
changes.
doing is updating rosters.
Right, or adding forced changes to try and change the gameplay experience just for the sake of, well, shit, we need to add something because right now, literally, all we've done is make it look a little prettier and change some fucking names
Yeah.
on these jerseys. You know, like when they brought in the hit sticks on NFL. It was like, okay, that's a new thing. I mean, as far as the gameplay itself, not much changes, but they add a lot of, well, they add some other non-gaming related features, like your fantasy football fucking shit, like inside the game. Like they add other features to it here and there, but yeah, that shit should move to a biannual release, in my opinion. It never will because it's a cash cow for them. It's retarded how much those fucking franchises make.
Yeah, like FIFA is making EA an ass load of money, especially now with all the fucking card packs and shit.
Oh, that's just fucking ridiculous. I've got a guy at work who plays that, the card packs.
Enlighten us,
Money
Yeah,
that
what is this
exchanges
card
hands
pack?
is just...
because I fucking hate soccer or football in
It's
every way,
like a
shape.
battle pack with people in it.
Really?
You buy a pack of cards and it's got players in it, and if you got the player in the pack, then you can use him in your ultimate squad and you can play against other people with him on the internet and shit.
Weird.
So it's a
Interesting.
constant search for better players so
you
that you
get
might
packs
just
that-
eventually win a
yeah.
fucking game of
You get
FIFA.
packs that are more expensive, so you got more chances of getting the better players, and yeah, you
So
can
it's-
spend a lot of money.
Shit.
There's just enough chance involved in it that you really can't call it pay to win, but it essentially is pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of.
completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
What about
And
does
then
it-
even the players that are kind of mediocre, you can sell those for like in-game currency, so you can go use your in-game currency to buy better players. But people get a player, say like Lionel Messi, who's worth, I'm just going to throw a figure out there, it's not accurate, but say it's like 50 million of the in-game currency. You
Okay.
can put that on eBay and you can sell that for 300-400 quid. I've seen it.
What?
And people,
I don't know why I'm surprised. I mean,
yeah, a lot of money is exchanging hands. A lot of money is exchanging hands.
I had this friend in high school. His name was Alan, Korean dude, loved computer games. He was a good dude. He actually was a really good skateboarder too. But there was like a 2-year period where he was just obsessed with playing PC. And I can't remember, I think it was a Diablo game. But I remember, I mean, it was in high school, so I mean, shit, this was over 10 years ago now. And to me, like, I mean, I still played games at this time, but like not a ton. And plus, I was just on console. I was a peasant. I didn't know anything about this shit. And he fucking found something. I don't remember what it was. It was a sword or some shit. and it was a really rare item, and like he was flaunting all this cash. I'm like, where the fuck did you get all that money? He's like, I sold something from a game. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I was playing fucking Diablo and I found this like wicked rare item in a cave, and I immediately put it on eBay and it made $400. I'm like, you wait, what? No. So like, yeah, sorry. That's why I was like, it really shouldn't come as a surprise.
Most of us on here, I think most of us on here are grinders. We like grinding. We like finding our own kind of shit. But there are people out there, they love the shortcuts.
Yep.
And they do. They'll go on eBay and they'll fucking buy it, mate. Like I was saying, these FIFA packs, I was chatting with my mate at work. I don't do it myself. But I couldn't believe what he was saying. So I went on eBay myself and just typed in, FIFA pack Messi. And it's like fucking 300-400 quid.
That's insane.
For a player, for a video game.
I mean, I do the same thing. If I were playing it and I got like fucking cash money, sell that bitch.
I'd sell it too.
Yeah. If there's someone dumb enough to pay that kind of money, I'm all over it.
Exactly. It's not the person that's selling it that worries me. It's the person buying it that scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Who's got £400-500 sat in their back pocket to buy a player for a video game? You know.
Stupidity is a vast market to tap into for wealth, my friend.
So, for me, mate.
I mean, look at the Battlefield. Oh, sorry. I told myself I wouldn't talk about it.
The person selling it is smart.
You made that taste a little sour, then.
Anyway. So, I mean, I guess we're pretty much on an agreement. The gist of that is they should move to every 2-year release would be a lot better for that, because probably going to get a better gameplay experience overall anyway, and your money would certainly feel a lot more worthwhile in the end, because there should be enough new content to justify the $60 price every 2 years. Right now, every year, it's not really a whole lot going on.
Scream.
Oh, of course they would.
They would fucking scream if they didn't get new release every year.
Well, unless they were to really kind of stretch out that 2-year plan with a bunch of DLC. Essentially, you would still be buying a new game every year with the money you're spending, but it'd just be in the form of expansion packs.
What do you have as DLC in a fucking sport game?
I have no fucking clue. More
Cube-shaped
stadiums?
footballs?
I don't know, man.
Uh-oh.
Are you guys all still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you can do a PGA Tour golf thing, and you can play golf in Battlefield.
Dude, I would love to play golf in Battlefield. It'd be great. I'm lying. I don't give a fuck about that.
Be better than playing fucking Battlefield in Battlefield anyway.
If I never see one of those fucking maps again, I'll be too soon.
Yeah, but we can all look forward to Battlefront now with no squads, no classes, no aim down sights, no what? I don't know what that's going to be yet.
No caring.
Yeah, no, we're not going to discuss
Just
it. Although,
no caring.
forget, Denny tweeted something. Oh, he said the problem with Battlefield Hardline is that it's trying to be Battlefield, but it's also trying to not be Battlefield. A response saying, dude, I was so stoked I paid 100% of the price for 50% of the Battlefield experience in relation to Hardline. Alright, that's it. That's all we're talking about with Hardline. Or Battlefield in general. The Messiah topic. I was like, oh shit, we still have another topic to cover. Nope, that's the Deus Ex topic. I mean, that's it. We've covered everything tonight. We hit all the topics. Crafty, was there anything specific you were hoping to discuss tonight, as you are our guest?
No, not at all. I just had a pleasure speaking with you foreign bastards.
You're the foreigner, you fuck. You and Scanner.
I'm not foreign,
He's
I'm
a
Irish.
fucking foreigner as well.
As I Jess, I assume you're trying to fix all the scenes
I
since
am.
Phil's gone?
Phil fucked us up.
He did. I was hoping that the image would keep that from happening, but bear with us, guys.
It's
That's the
Irish people
downside
are
to
never
using
foreign. Wherever we go, everybody loves us. It's just the way it is. I can see Doggy in the background.
Cat. She's gonna pee. Watch, we're all gonna sit here. Watch, she's gonna pee on that bed.
She's getting some kind of
Let's see over under on her peeing on the bed in less than 30 seconds. This is what the podcast turned into. We're gonna watch the cat dog pee on the bed. Ah, fuck, she laid down. No, wait, she's squashed down.
circle, and
I
down.
thought she was squatting for a second then, but
Nice try.
She did the old comfy spin thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and do that now.
I do that before I fall asleep. Just fucking hop on the bed like run around in a circle and pass out with my tail.
Alright, you're
Funky Monkey, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you for joining us tonight, dude. We appreciate it. I gotta tell Jack thank you for RT. And Jack's a good dude. He's helped us out quite a few times in the past.
He is a good dude.
He's a very good dude. We've
Yeah.
I'll fight him at PAX.
Fight him! I'll hug him, you fight him. I'll distract him with a hug. I'm pretty good
Should
at
you hug him?
attacks.
Wait, should
I'll
you
be
hug him
stood there in
before
my
or
red
after the
coat.
fight? You should probably play it safe
During.
and hug him before and after. How's he
During.
gonna fight? I got my ass kicked.
No.
Why? Because Jess wouldn't let me go.
Hold his arms down, buddy.
All right, let's
Hit him with the dank
Well,
right in
actually-
the back of the bald head.
On Wednesday, Reign of Chaos. I don't know if you guys know him. He has been like one of our supporters from like day one. He's
Yep.
a bro, and he is has offered to help out. He's going to be streaming on Wednesday, I believe, probably around the middle of the day, because he's over in the Midwest. So that's middle of the day for us Americans, and probably early evening for Europeans. He's going to be streaming Battlefront 2.
Nice.
Or Battlefront,
Sweet.
whatever the fucking other one is. But yeah, on Wednesday. So give a follow if you want to check that out. He's very friendly and energetic in his streams, and I've enjoyed it. But I'm at work, so I can't really watch much.
Parting announcements. Like I said, as soon as this is done, I'm gonna hop on the forum. Just do not let me forget. I'll hop on the forums, and we'll start getting the community game night planned out for this weekend. And that'll be a good time. We'll stream it here on the Dawnbreaker gaming channel. Don't make that face at you, fuck. And then the Dawnbreaker Patreon, if you have not taken a chance to check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. Holy fuck, that's a lot of fucking posts.
You're welcome.
Pastes. Thanks, I think. Yeah, if you haven't taken a chance to check out the Dawnbreaker Patreon, please do so. Greatly appreciate it. If you feel in the donating spirit, we would greatly appreciate it. And no donation is too small to keep the website up and running.
Correct.
I think that is it. Correct?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
put the link
Wrap it
for
up.
next week's topics in the chat, as well as the Patreon link. So
Awesome. Thank you very much. As usual, thank you everyone for coming out to watch tonight. We greatly appreciate it. We had a really good crowd here tonight. A little more than usual, which is good. Thank you, Jack Frags, for tweeting that out. Anybody else that tweets it out, like, doesn't matter how many followers you have.
Super
Anytime
helpful.
you tweet it out, really, really helpful. Word of mouth is extremely important and a very, very powerful tool. Keep it going, please. We appreciate it. We're trying to keep this thing growing, and without your support, it can't happen as fast or pretty much at all. So, without you guys, we'd be nothing and nobody. I mean, I still am nothing and nobody.
oh,
It's
speak for
you
yourself,
guys
bitch.
making. I know.
Let's
I
grow
did.
the
I spoke
audience
for
so that
myself.
more people can realize how fucking great I am.
Yes. And then, was there something? I want to say something else. No, I think that's it. Oh, if you're not following the channel, please do so. We greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys for the podcast itself every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I have to get a guest lined up for next week. Right now, we don't have one. We'll get it figured out. Thank you guys for watching. Seriously, greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you guys on Wednesday for Reign of Chaos streaming here. Other than that, hopefully something this weekend for Dawnbreaker Community Game Night. And then after that, we'll be back here next Monday. Have a good night, guys. We'll catch you then.
Peace.
Bye.
See you later.